Please, I insist. I would like you to accompany me to Pizza Hut.
So let me get this right. Spacely Sprocket's here, who's now the man in charge, the Mayor Gov, who wants to take me to dinner at Pizza Hut. Though Lord knows I wouldn't mind a pizza. He says I saved his life, which I'm not even sure I did, and my reward is dinner and dancing at Pizza Hut? I mean, hey, I like a big fat piece of pizza, but come on.
Your tone is quasi-facetious, but you do not realize that Pizza Hut was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by Pizza Hut, Mikey G Wolf E3. Hello Mikey.
Hail Kevin.
Hey. He has arisen. A rose? A rose or a risen? Which are you in favour of?
He has arisen. A rose would be a different context, I believe.
Or a flower. Yeah.
That seems too intimate for this context.
Could you date one single head of Ghidorah?
I mean, you probably could, but my God, would those evening, the awkward, do I come in for the coffee afterwards would be kind of even more awkward.
That's the thing. When you love something that has two heads, do you only love one head? Is that fair? That seems quite mean.
There's conjoined twins that have to deal with this issue.
It's true.
And I don't know. I mean, I just feel like it's really awkward. What if the evening goes well. The two of you are feeling good about yourself. You and Kevin get into bed. And then across the room, because Kevin's a neck, you've got these two other guys in a body sitting there feeling really awkward because they can't turn on the TV, they can't turn on music, they can't read a book. All they can do is sit there and watch.
Well, see, I always felt bad for Ghidorah in the fact that he has no hands. Or it has no hands.
They. I'll go with, in this context, I'd say
well,
they.
That is
a lot
it
of context, I'd say him or it.
Yeah, is it a male?
Well, in general, the kaiju are considered male unless...
That's what I thought, unless it's Mothra.
Unless it's Mothra, who's generally just considered on fire. But except for the one time in the 90s when they did the Mothra trilogy. And they said, okay, we're going to have Mothra have their own movie again. They're going to be the central protagonist, blah, blah. And they made it a male Mothra.
Really?
Mothra Leo.
which is because I actually learned this. I actually learned what is potentially the most powerful Toho monster there is this week.
Maybe.
And it's apparently, at least from this one video, Armored Mothra.
It's very difficult.
Which I'd never heard of before. I was like, whoa, what?
Well, yeah, like Leo's got what is it? He's got Rainbow, Aqua, Light Speed, and Armor.
Okay.
He's got a lot of forms.
So you have Ninja Steel.
He looks a lot different from regular Mothras as well. But it's really hard to gauge, in all honesty, the strength level of the Ghidorahs in those movies. Because either this guy is ridiculously strong and these Ghidorahs are like the ultimate monsters, or they're not, because they're not our Ghidorah. Right. And they're not in the sort of the main continuity, such as there was in the 90s. So it's just like, anyone who says like, oh my god, Armor Mothra is so powerful, look, he took a Grand King Ghidorah, and it's just like, how strong was Grand King Ghidorah? Because literally all he does is beat up Mothra and try to murder children. And he fails at both of those.
Who do you think is the most powerful Ghidorah? Because the Armored Mothra was in this video, but it was a video primarily attempting, because they did say even in the video it is a little bit difficult, so they had to kind of go by size and weight sometimes. They kind of listed the top 5, I think, Ghidorahs, or however. No, 7.
It was 9, because Ghidorah was in there as well.
That's right, yes.
Who's a weird looking... Him and Kaiser are very weird looking.
Did you see that video as well?
I did actually.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, who do you think? And you go, oh, it's this one. It's like, oh, you watched the same fucking video.
But like Kaiser's weird. I never realized how weird Kaiser Ghidorah really was until I saw him in a direct comparison to other ones.
That's the one from Final Wars.
Yes,
FYI.
Which is basically why people say he's the strongest, because he fought Final Wars Godzilla. But then like, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a moot point, because like, probably the anime one, because he's the size of a continent.
or something.
And kill planets.
Yeah.
But then you could say Legendary is up there because he could wipe out a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least the atmosphere of one. I think, like, if you go in size, it's just Legendary and Anime because they're the two biggest. By considerable margin. The Anime one was so bad, though.
It didn't look good. Like, even those clips from the show, I was like, oh, boy.
That was the amount... You know those clips from the show?
Yeah.
That was the degree of action in that movie. That was the fight.
But
except they dragged it out over 20 minutes because they...
Oh, God.
They cut to humans for 5 minutes, cut back to him for a minute, and it's literally just him going like... as this thing's biting him. And he can't hit it because it's interdimensional. And then they kill a guy, and suddenly he's dimensional, and the fight is Godzilla shoots some holes in the sky.
I mean, that'll do it.
And then the movie ends with, if we allow technology to rule us again, Ghidorah will return.
What?
Yeah. So because they don't want to spoil this beautiful natural landscape that is the hellscape of planet Godzilla.
I was going to say, is that like a nuclear radiated area that's like leveled?
No, but like the way, because in the anime, Godzilla's a plant. Or at least he's plant-like.
That's stupid.
But he basically he replaced the entire biosphere. So every plant, every animal, everything, even the surviving humanoids who might be insects, are slightly containing Godzilla DNA. Which, like, the plants are razor sharp.
Oh, dear.
For stuff like that. So Ghidorah, there's no technology anywhere, and they introduce technology back after your man randomly has sex with one of the insect people and gets her pregnant. But not the insect person he thought it was.
Of course.
It was her twin sister who doesn't like him, but felt sorry for him. And so someone goes like, oh my god, we've got our mech. We found this little mech suit thingy, and we can restore our humanity and restore our civilization. And your man goes, in his head, Ghidorah will return. So he takes the mech and flies it at Godzilla with the body of his dead lover who he never actually had sex with. And then Godzilla vaporizes him. And he's like, I saved the world. After this was him getting over his hatred of Godzilla, which in this film is very justified. Because Godzilla is... I think he's more of an asshole in this movie than in any other Godzilla film.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Because he attacks everything for no reason. Also, he's like the size of several mountains, so it's... I don't know. Oh my god, it's not a good movie. And I'm more kind to the first movie, but that's also the one that has a bait and switch at the end. You thought you were fighting Godzilla. No, you weren't. You were fighting a spawn. Godzilla's the thing you were standing on. And now he's pissed. And those other two movies, though, were just a mess. And they look horrible.
Well, we're not here to talk about Godzilla this week, Mr. Mikey.
You started it.
I did, but the ball quickly rolled down that mountain, didn't it?
Don't watch those movies. That's all I'll say. Watch other movies.
We're here to talk about Transformers this week. Though there's not a huge amount of news, we're going to whack through it. I'll take the first two stories as a somewhat, scale-related at least, as we have new images of the Iron Factory EX-38 Optics Hunter, which is Hound. Topical for this week, as there's another Hound story we've got to cover. So it's more just images of what the figure's going to do and his, posability and some of his hands and whatnot, so you can get a grip on this 9cm tall little version of Hound. What do you think of him, Mikey? Does he do much for you? Does he get you, like, all excited going, ooh, it's Hound time now?
It's Hound time.
There's a party over here, Mikey, and it's Hound time.
The party over here, it's Hound time. It's Hound with a single birthday hat and no one else in the room.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
I mean, it looks okay. It looks quite chunky, which is nice.
Yeah.
The alt mode does do it for me much, I have to admit.
No, the alt mode's almost like it's brought over the chunk from the robot mode, and although I agree with you, I like the chunk of the robot mode, I don't think that works well for his Jeep mode. Because
the Jeep is kind of supposed to look like it's from Earth.
Yeah, no, it's more for Cybertron.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's got weird expansions and contractions because how this works. So I am afraid this is a 50-50 toy for me. I think the robot mode looks decent. I think the vehicle mode looks like it's suffering for the robot mode. I don't know. I don't think the transformation looks like it'll be particularly complex either. Which I mean, Iron Factory, so But and yeah, it's Hound.
It's Hound. Yeah, fact.
Good old Hound.
Good old popular Hound. People love him.
Do they?
Maybe.
Because every podcast I've listened to in the last week has had the excitement level for a Hound that some people have for rice cakes. And that's the second time I've compared Hound to rice cakes.
See, I can't say how other people feel about it because I haven't listened to anybody else's opinion on a Hound. I'm shocked that anyone is that excited about season 1 characters in general. But that's just my perspective. As I've said numerous times. Interesting to hear that even those people who like that stuff potentially don't care about Hound because he didn't. I would assume it's just because he didn't do anything.
Hound is one of those guys, and who
is
you
it his
like
design?
Because he was there.
Is it his design as well? Because there's nothing wrong with his design, but there's
it sure is bare
something
bones.
boring. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because he looks so much like a car. He looks more because his toy doesn't do a lot in transformation, his original toy, so it really does kind of look like someone parked a car on top of a robot.
Yeah.
And the other ones did a lot more cheating in the animation models, whereas Hound stayed relatively true, I think. So visually, he's not interesting. As a character, he's not interesting. He's never done anything interesting.
Ever. In any fiction.
In any context.
It's mad.
Whatsoever.
Well, I suppose there's the movie version. Maybe
he's not done anything interesting. He was just being John Goodman does not make you interesting. It makes you John Goodman.
It gave Hound something.
It did. It gave him more character than he had. I will give you that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would agree with you.
It is fun where he keeps trying to kill his friends.
Yes, yeah. If you're interested, this figure is apparently due for release next month. So the story says, so it doesn't have a price for him. But he's going to be coming out next month if you're interested. Transform Element, which I guess are new, show the MM-001, which is a Legend Scale Beast Wars Black Arachnia for all those motherfuckers who thought the masterpiece looked wank with a big old in its name. Apparently, Transformers Element had revealed last year the grade prototypes of 2 interesting products from the Legends line. One of them was Black Arachnia, and the other was Rat-Trap, who you could probably assume is 002.
Yeah, I don't remember being tall, I'll be honest.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Neither do I. Maybe we didn't talk about them. Maybe they just kind of slipped under the radar. Anyway, we've got the first color prototype images of the Black Arachnia figure to have a look at. Only in the robot mode. I don't see any spider mode at all. So I guess it's fairly easy to say that we're going for a transformation that's very similar to the... I was going to say G1, but that would have been wrong. Very similar to the original version of Black Arachnia, with a few changes here and there, but it looks like it's keeping fairly standard. I'm assuming for Tarantulas redos, because it doesn't look like it's going to be hard to change it.
To be blunt, this kind of looks like a genuine, apart from maybe the legs, generally tarantulas proportioned robot with boobs and a head.
With very, very prominent boobs.
Yeah, I mean, it's Black Arachnia, so that is fair.
It's TV accurate, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and like, this is also... she's got some sort of fake Predacon symbol?
Is that the one just under her neck, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really off. There's something about it, like stretched. Like, it's just been messed up. Yeah.
Are you into this? Because I'm honestly not.
Not really. I don't think... Because, I mean, we talked about the problems with making a Black Arachnia that transforms... for a masterpiece version. Yeah, for a masterpiece version, which is obviously bigger and way more expensive. This is a much smaller scale, so I guess they're doing fine with what they're attempting, but they are attempting to make gold from lead, which, is not easy to do, so I'm told. Me and my lead farms.
Yeah, I mean, if this does transform like the original figure, the basic, was it? No, it was the deluxe.
Yeah, it was the deluxe, yeah.
I will look forward to a million people going like, why can't the Masterpiece do this?
Oh my god, I'll be so pissed if that's the case.
Andy.
I know. I think, to be honest, I think it's going to look like Tarantulas' Tarantula more
Yes.
than anything else. It's not going to have the overinflated round booty that she did in her Spider mode, that's for sure.
Well, to put it a little crassly, her crotch is very Tarantulas.
Yep, and so are her spider legs, actually. Her spider legs are very thick, rather
basically,
than what they should be.
The only thing that really screams Black Arachne in this is the color and the figure. And even then, I think the figure, apart from the... those things. He's trying to be bashful, but it's not working.
No. People who listen to the show know you're not bashful. Come on now.
I'm bashful. I don't talk about these things in general. I don't watch shows with these things.
Monster Musume.
Shut up!
Lies!
I'm just thinking about an episode there where they with an interesting golf reference. Good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is Legend scale. It is going to be a bit weird on our own as well. I'm if Rat Trap's in scale, whatever, he's going to be tiny.
Here's the thing. What do you think they'll do for Rat Trap? Because Rat Trap is once again kind of a let's make magic happen. For the Beast Wars toy, they just went, I don't know, the rat explodes and a robot falls out of it. And I'm going to assume they can't do that for... Well, they could, but they probably shouldn't do that for a third-party toy. So what would they do for him? They'd need to make an entirely new transformation or just do the Beast Wars toy, which is not good.
Maybe have the back fold up a bit more. I think that's very likely.
You think so? You think that's the way they'd go? Would that aesthetic work with this, though?
I don't know, but looking at this, I think... Because, like, once the rat's folded away, the inside robot can look how you want.
That's true, yeah.
But looking at this, I think they're going to be kind of sticking to some transformation schemes.
You
You
might be right. Yeah, it's not doing a lot for me, to be honest. We've seen other companies begin to edge towards Legend scale Beast Wars stuff, which are... I think when we've seen them do before, they've been the Season 3 stuff, because we've seen Transmetal 2 Megatron and Transmetal Optimal Optimus. Those ones you can work with. I think you're really fucking brave, / maybe a little bit silly, to be trying to do it with Season 1 models. Just because, as we've said, again, many, many times, they don't work. They just don't work. It's CG magic. Things explode from nowhere. So attempting to do it is at least doing something different. So I'll give them that. But this is not inspiring me be like, oh, let's just jump on this bandwagon straight off the bat. Also, a note, no gun.
No.
Not yet. It looks like she has pegs and a little pinchy claw things, so she might still come with one. Anyway, Mr. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next 2 bits of news as they are Flametoys related?
I will, shall I?
Yes.
So. Flametoys have revealed their Kurakara Kuri IDW Tarn limited bust version. So this was announced on their Facebook and Twitter, and they've been doing a lot of activity on Twitter at the moment. Apparently Windblade's in the works, they're sharing Devastator, it's all go there at the moment. But yeah, so this is a repaint with a bit more of a vibrant color scheme. Basically the sort of hot purples and pinks they've made a bit more hot. This is a very limited run. 200 pieces were available at Wonderfest Shanghai. 200 pieces will be available at ACGHK 2019, and 100 pieces will be available on the d4toys.com website. I would expect this to be more expensive than the original version, especially the D4 one, because that was already the most expensive version of the toy to get.
Oh, why? Why was it the most expensive version?
Just was.
Oh, it's just that it was listed there the most for whatever reason.
And it did come with one extra, which was the speakers. But yeah, it was a tad on the pricey side for my taste.
Okay.
But yeah. Andy.
Yes.
Do you think this looks noticeably better or worse?
I don't think it looks noticeably different, to be honest. I definitely think if there was the original one put next to it, it would maybe be a little bit easy to tell, but these images do not make it stand out to me and go, oh, hey, look at how different I am compared to the original version.
Yeah, it doesn't help that these images are photoshopped.
Are they?
To add bling. Look at all the
the shine.
sparkles. So
Yeah.
it looks like, going by sparkle placement, his knees are now chrome, the shins, I think, are metal.
That could just be the lighting, depending on
but I'm assuming they're highlighting it.
They might be.
So, and also, like, the face mask is definitely shinier.
Yes.
The face mask was non-reflective.
Yeah.
He looks okay. I think if I still want this toy at some point, but I also like probably would want surgery at some point. So I don't know which one I'd pay more for.
What would you want surgery for? You just said that randomly. What? Okay, fair enough.
Oh, and his hands are definitely made of shiny.
Hang on, nip and tuck. People have been. I remember a wedding I went to at Gruff's wedding. Everybody was talking about your lovely farmer's body you've got now. Working the fields, gathering the wheat.
What? Hang on. I have not heard this.
Yeah, well, obviously you weren't at the wedding.
No, don't remind me. How did this come up in conversation?
I don't know. I just remember hearing it as I was just walking
Was it
around and
Matt?
being like, no, it wasn't Matt. It might have been Matt. No, I think it was actually Adam. I think it was Adam that said it.
Who just randomly on his wedding day to a lovely young lady went, need some Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened. I remember double taking a bit and being like, why is this a conversation topic?
Jai just in the back there looking very confused.
I'm sure if Jai could have, he would have been drinking heavily. Anyway.
On that note, we'll move on.
More Flametoys, apparently.
More flame toys. Yes. Sorry, I oddly enough feel a bit thrown off by that one. So we had several toys at the display. Wonderfest Shanghai, we already mentioned it, was going on this weekend. Many things came out. Many things. Not all at Wonderfest, but certainly some that was being revealed. Sort of like, hey, Wonderfest is on, by the way. And I'm certainly wanting to buy Super Mini Pla, which I haven't really felt the urge for before.
Oh, it was just the
Yes.
Fire Genesic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we actually just on a quick off topic, because you may have learned this, I haven't yet. Do we know if Genesic is a web exclusive or is he a full release?
We don't know. Basically, because what is it? Like, there's Genesic, there's Tenryujin, and there's Gaogaigo.
Yeah,
Gaogaigo.
like I said to you, like in private messages on Twitter, it's like, who fucking cares about Gaogaigo? Like,
Gaogaigo is this weird thing because he got a toy.
Yeah,
he got a deluxe figure.
No, he got a CM version as well. Remember that?
Did. Yeah. Which was back in the day when we all were like, "Oh God, buy the CM thing," and then we saw reviews and just like, "Oh God, don't look directly at the CM thing." But he appeared in a story at the time that hadn't been published. There's some pictures.
Wasn't it a manga he was in or something like that?
A novel.
Oh, a novel. Okay.
Yeah, there's some manga pictures. And I think there's some there was a proposed third season, and they did a short promo thing, and Gaogaigo is in there, and Zapawa Genesic is in there.
Oh.
But I know that's out now. Like, that's all been novelized or manga-sized or something now.
Manga-sized
in the Better Man crossover, I think it is.
Oh. Right.
But yeah, so it's weird to me that toy got the attention it did.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I suppose it's easy enough, because it's basically just, hey, make a core robot and add Gaogaigo bits to it.
Yeah, that's why I never really cared about it. It didn't look interesting to me. But Tenryujin, that's really good.
Hell
and
yeah.
I think I saw on the Minipla guys, the website, whatever that company's called, I think they're reissuing a load of them as well.
That's cool.
Because they had a picture of King Jada in one of the stories. It was all in Japanese, so obviously I couldn't read it. But they had a picture of King Jada, and I was like, there's no reason you'd put that up if you're not going to reissue it. I might be able to actually afford it this time around, so yay!
King Jada.
Yep.
But man, Tenryujin's getting a toy, man.
The first one since the
ever
arguably terrible Garage Kit,
which are technically official.
Yeah. Technically,
they had the 1-day license. So
that's right.
So, like, anyone complaining about Nicey, by the way, who we also saw her prototype at Wonderfest, but there's nothing new to say about it. Apart from the fact she's going to need a stand.
Yeah, because she has wee tiny feet, which is concerning.
But anyone who's complaining about her, look up Onryu and Koryu Garage Kit. Context.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. Which are also those toys you're really embarrassed to want because you want a representation of characters you like.
Yep.
So it's just like, you're the one that I have to explain to people why I own you.
And you won't have, well, not now, but in the future, you won't have to worry about that because you'll have the two figures and they'll combine, even though it's technically parts forming, that'll still work.
Yep.
I'm pumped. I'm very excited to see that. And then all of Gao, like all of it will be covered. All of it. Which I'm like, well, holy shit.
Yeah. Then do the villains. I know they won't, but they should.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
But yes, Flametoys. They had several figures on display, including the prototypes for their Kurakara Kuri Megatron and Optimus. They had the model kits for a number of figures, including our first look at Drift and Devastator in full color. And we saw the Generation 1 Optimus Prime there as a model kit as well. We also saw sort of a blown up version for display purposes. And then sort of general... they again had the Victory Leo. No, not Victory Leo. Victory Saber prototype was out again, so they're still plowing away at that. But yeah, so plenty to say and see. Megatron, I think, was the one that kind of set the world aflame.
Which Megatron is this, Mikey?
This is the IDW 2009 ongoing Don Figueroa actually stolen design. But heavily is maybe not the word, but definitely stylized. With added bits like a Gundam energy wing cape thing.
Yeah, the black stealth bomber.
Yeah, which I suspect is his fusion cannon, or his railgun, sorry, divided up and stuck onto his back.
Oh, that would make sense.
He's also got a sniper rifle, which is very reminiscent of Voss, which in my head I've kind of translated to he has it, but he never uses it to shoot people.
What does he use it for, then?
Belts people across the head with the butt of it.
That'd be neat.
Yeah. I used to do that in Call of Duty, so... I used to try and play through games sometimes, but just never shoot anyone. Just run up and go like, Puh! I died so much, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, there are crazy people who I've seen people just with a knife, just knife people.
But like that's only you have to be on a mic and yelling something obscene.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, yeah.
You gotta. That's the only reason to play.
To be fair, it's Call of Duty. That's what you expect when you go into an online match on Call of Duty, I assume.
Oh dear. But Andy,
yes.
Oh, and the Optimus, we saw his full weapon loadout, and he comes with literally everything.
Yeah, even animated weapons, which is weird.
Yeah. What did you think?
Of the Megatron, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I actually there's something about this Japanese tweaked version of this design which makes me like it a lot more, because I was never a real massive... Well, I suppose it's not that I wasn't a fan of it, I was so against that toy that came out. I think it put me off quite heavily, but this, with the added wings, makes me think a little bit of Zone of the Enders.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, which I'm a fan of, because Zone of the Enders was a pretty neat thing, even though it kind of messed around sometimes. The sniper rifle
ended the game before the actual ending happened.
Yeah,
that pissed me off so much.
I'm glad you remembered, and I didn't need to give context. It's weird because he's so like technical in his design, and yet he's got a very standard rifle. Like the rifle doesn't look like he goes with this figure at all, I don't think, which is a bit odd.
It's a bit odd. It just seems he's so anime.
Yeah, and then he's just got a sniper rifle.
Yeah, and you just can't really imagine him in the grassy knoll, can you?
Not really. Not with all this shit on his back. I like it, though.
Who shot JR? That guy with all the stuff sticking out of his back.
I don't see him. Really? You don't? Come on. Are we going to assume that those blades will come together and he can have two fusion cannons?
I'm assuming so. Either that, because it would be very odd if they came together and formed one.
Oh, God, it'd be so big. Oh, no. Oh, No, it looks neat. And because we've seen the other stuff that they've done painted really nicely. Not cartoony wise, it's done in a more metallic-y, in quotations, realistic kind of paint job, I guess. So it'll be quite impressive to look at, I think. The Optimus Prime looks pretty neat. His weird Batman Matrix sword is weird. Like, that's a big sword he has. The axes, the animated axes, are okay. Very odd that they're there, but they're okay. But the actual look of the Optimus Prime, again, looks pretty good and solid.
Yeah, these are good designers, yeah.
What do you think about the model kits?
Like, in general, I think Devastator is probably the weakest to me.
He looks so weird compared to the rest of them.
Yeah, because they haven't stylized him.
Yeah.
They've just given him kind of like anime inward elbows.
They kind of have made him stylized because his shoulders are massive, his waist is tiny, his thighs are massive as well, and he's got a little head.
There's an aesthetic there that I'm trying to place. Oh, do you know what it is? Do you know what it might be? Those Super Robot Chogokin Megazords. Like when they used to stylize the design to make it more anime.
Yeah.
Specifically Magi King.
Yes.
That's what that's making me think of. I've been trying to figure that out all day.
I could see that.
But yeah. The Generation 1 Optimus is probably the least exciting one for me because
because it's G1 Optimus Prime and it's not really stylized?
Kind of, and his they've gone for a quite cartoon like Roger Rabbit effect. Which is good, but it's also just not what I'm into.
Sure. No, with this line especially.
Yeah, no. So it looks good. It looks like it's going to be a solid figure. I can tell you from experience, they're really fun builds. And they're lovely to paint. So I would say this is a great little kit if you're into it.
Do you have yours posed thrusting as hard as the G1 massive Optimus Prime is in this case? In the case, because the case Optimus Prime, the bigger one, man, he is revel tech. He's revel teching.
If I'm honest, mine is currently posed trying to murder Ocarine Figma with an axe.
Oh, okay. But is he doing it with a groin thrust?
No, it's just an axe, and like there's Ocarine's just holding up the phone in his face. Like face in one hand. No, is it the face? No, it's the gun. It's the little gun arm. The extra invention that doesn't actually shoot people. And Kurisu is just like looking embarrassed, standing next, watching the two of them. So, Doggy's not approving either. To be quiet, I've got a little thing going on. The narration. Gogeta's on his way as well, so he'll probably contribute somehow to that.
Oh, neat.
So that's what I've got on display. What about you, Andy? I mean, apart from the Megatron, I mean, how much do the model kits hit you?
Not anything too hard, mainly because I haven't done any characters that really tickle my buttons too much.
Not even Shattered Glass Optimus Prime.
Not even Shattered Glass Optimus Prime, believe it or not. Because I'm one of those like hipster, like eccentric Transformer guys. I'm like, I don't like the main cast of Transformers.
Quake doesn't matter.
Yes, he does. He matters to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin that for you in a few minutes.
I know you are. He was the turkey all along, Mikey.
I would be way more into Skyquake if he was Gurr.
It wouldn't fit.
Netflix soon, apparently. Movie.
Oh, do we know when?
Nope, no date, but apparently soon.
Yeah, I was concerned when I heard it was going to Netflix. I'm like, why?
Maybe it allows them to... Maybe Nickelodeon's a lot more dour these days, which kind of is.
I believe that.
Because I know they're not as into the whole extreme thing.
They're not really into making... like
content.
Yeah.
They've got SpongeBob, they're happy.
Yeah.
I found that out that's still airing.
Yep.
I've seen 3 episodes of SpongeBob in my entire life.
Yep, and it never really grabbed me personally.
No. But the best time I had with SpongeBob was I got a helium balloon of him once.
Living the dream.
Yeah, and I basically held an execution in the lawn.
Oh God.
I basically like I had the weight. I was like 10 at the time or whatever. I was young. And I had stuff outside. I was like, we gotta hear to sentence this man, and then I cut the string and watched him float away.
Oh, see, I had a completely different image in my head. I had an image of your mother driving into the driveway with the car, you standing with a SpongeBob thing in a gallows guillotine with a black hood on, and your mum just goes, "Are you okay, Mikey?" And it says, "He's committed sin." And letting the guillotine blade fall on the balloon. I have a much better idea of what I have a much better idea of what your childhood should have been. Granted, I'm not condoning that children should own a guillotine.
No, I don't think as a child's present a guillotine is really up there.
No.
Right. I mentioned it there, but I will take the next story because it's mine. Damn it.
Okay. If you want to talk about him,
I don't.
Oh no,
you're
you're talking about the comic
else.
rather than Hound.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to talk about
No,
Masterpiece Hound.
You can talk about Hound. I want to get.
Good.
Oh, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Transformers Legends is done.
Boo!
A rather long webcomic came out by the pen of Sakamoto, with thanks to people like Derek J. Wyatt, James Roberts, Marcelo Mattia, Torio Regan, and Andrew Hall, who all contributed to basically his life. And yeah, we have a finale. Whatever comes next, this era is done. There will be no more wild boob women. There will be no more wonderful Megatrons who are mares. There will be no... Akihabara will never be the same again.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have an ending. And it's quite long. So this starts up Atlas after murdering Megatron and some evil guy. But most importantly, Megatron. The survivors of the Legend worlds are mourning the loss of him because he was a great and benevolent mayor. He was. Optimus reassures him that Megatron's dying wish was to have the Legends world restored, and by God, he'll do it.
Yeah.
So we jump forward in time a bit, 2039. Hot Rod is hanging out with Hooligan, Trigger Happy, and the Target Masters, and meets up with Daniel Witwicky, who's in a Eldroid suit, which is one of those big fake Optimus things. And I'm just like, why are you in there, Daniel? And he informs Hot Rod that they've discovered Anglo energy. And then Chip Chase rolls into the scene with, and I'm not kidding here, Atari from Kiss Players.
Oh, really? That's her?
The one whose entire existence was to be the shameful images in Kiss Players, the most shameful ones that you are the most disturbed by.
Huh.
The one who has a picture of a robot that looks like it's about to perform some sort of examination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this is her grown up, maintaining an ounce of dignity. So her and Chip have been working together and Gaia Energy, and is using it to create androids, including Artemis and Moon from Beast Wars 2nd. I'd like to remind you, as we're going forward, everything ties into everything in Japan. So while Artemis, who presumably is only 5 seconds old, is beating Moon with a hammer, Soundwave and the Decepticons give a press conference which is talking about the current state of Decepticons, Autobots, Megatron, and the fate of the Legends world. They need to move forward together, and they need to honor Megatron's wish. They need to bring the Legends world back. So, going into space, Ultra Powered brings Perceptor and Windblade to Zamajin to talk to Katsudan about recreating the Legend world. He's completely against the idea, but eventually is sort of talked into it, presumably by Windblade's crotch, given the picture. Ultra Powered heads to Planet Zone after having a brief flashback of Diatlas having a chat with Starsaber. And they discover that on Zone, several beast-moded minicons have been created using protoforms that have been exposed to the Legend's beast power. So these minicons they were in a toy set ages ago, and they are not only granted new modes, they are granted new faction symbols, and they are semi-organic. So this is where Beast Wars comes from in Japan.
Think not about in the Legends world the G1, the Beast Wars characters there.
No. No. What we'll have in the future is there's a bunch of guys who are honoring them.
That's right.
So yeah, and the fact that they actually turned into the full-size versions of themselves has no contribution to this at all. So the Powered Masters then transform into their base modes to prepare for the recreation of the Legends world. A ceremony is held with the direct interaction of Zodiac, Energon Z, Zamajin, Beast Power, and Legend World Botanica, who is little and wee. Leo Prime and Rat Trap watch everything unfold. G2 Smokescreen and Dreadwing are watching from afar and ashamed for siding with Dark Nova, so they don't really want to hang out with someone. DevCon shows up with Slazardo and the Skuxoid and says, dudes, let's hang out. And Smokescreen is like, cool, because he used to be a friend of his, because remember, this is regular G1 Smokescreen in a new body of evil. When he was on Autobot. Dreadwing is really hesitant, but Smokescreen talks him into it, and they shake hands, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. And finally, the Legends world is reborn. All the Legends characters board into Broadside, and they go back. Botanica kind of jumps in to be married to Rat Trap because she's a little plant lady. In the new world, the Legends people are like, by God, we need a leader we can trust. So they rebuild Megatron using the power of the Legends world. They bring him back to life in a new body, and everyone's very happy. Megatron is honored and wonderful. The Bumblebee movie comes out, and people are like, wow, this is really good. What a shock.
What, is that actually a thing?
Yes. Yes, because remember, the Legends world is where Transformers are both a media thing and giant robots.
Oh yeah, Rat Trap has a little robots. Bumblebee movie toy.
Yeah, and they think
it's even the wrong design as well.
Yeah, but then Legends Megatron, Little Beast Megatron, runs in and is like, oh god, no, Megatron, the other guy, Mayor Megatron wants to leave, he wants to go home, and he's like, listen, I love you all, I know you all want me to stay, and I'm so glad to have done all the good I have in this world, but I need to take what I've learned here and take it home so we can have a better world there too. And everyone's very sad. Legends Megatron remembers the wonderful times he's had, most of which have involved weirdness and like Armada, G1, and Legend Megatron getting very drunk once. And the time Megatron saved him when they were all headmasters. It was all very beautiful. And Megatron goes home and life goes on. And in the style of credits, the last pages are showing the various universes that have all interacted with the Legends world, what's going on and what's happened to them. In the G1 universe, Megatron and Optimus reunite. They formally re-establish the Cybertron Alliance, which also means they get capes. And the Decepticons and Autobots cheer them on. The Kiss Player cast, including Marissa, who has gone a bit anime mum.
Yes.
Yes, she has. Her daughter Sue. Tari's there. And most importantly, Xiao Xiao and Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Who are married, let's be honest. Are living out their lives. In the Beast Machine era / timeline, Rat Trap, a Happy Waspinator, a Reborn Rhinox, they're all living together as everyone near Mount Megatron. While the rest of the cast are there and Obsidian and Striker are hanging out. In the Prime universe...
Hang on. You say Obsidian and Striker hanging out. Are they meant to be floating in space like at the end of Beast Machines?
Kind of.
Yeah. That's quite sad in a way.
Yeah, they're not allowed down.
No.
Prime in the technically it's the Adventure universe, not Prime universe. Because Knockout's still a bad guy in this. Because they never aired season 3 in Japan.
Oh, really? Oh, weird. Didn't know that.
Nope. Which I think was apparently made the end of season 2 very odd.
I'm not surprised.
No. But yeah, in the Prime universe, Knockout and Breakdown are hanging out, and Knockout's Crockout armor is in the background. Yes. And they're building the Apex Armor Hunter, which is a toy that comes with a breakdown. In the animated universe, Slipstream's gone home, and she's teamed up with a revived Starscream and Swindle to free Megatron's Decepticons. Blur is alive, and he's taunting Shockwave. In the Car Robots universe, the reformed Devil Gigatron, remember he became a good guy, because everyone does, and Godfire Convoy have formed into the mighty Devil Godfire Convoy. And remember, these guys are interdimensional police now. So they are going to be traveling the multiverse doing good. Mm-hmm. With Skybite looking very happy with the situation.
He gets to be a good guy and not be beaten. Yeah, of course it's happened.
Yeah, and like Devil Godfire Convoy is Godfire Convoy with a giant hand.
Yeah, it's great.
Scourge, Baldigus, or Ruination, and Dark Eye, they're off together, traveling through the multiverse as well, having fun. Alexis reminisces about her really big crush for Armada Starscream. Mm-hmm. Leo Prime leaves the Legends world to go off on his own, see the universe, leaving his wonderful friends Lio Convoy and Lio Jr. Biggs class graduates. The class who he ruined by constantly shoving Transformer stuff in their face.
Somehow.
Yeah. Officer I arrests Tarantulas. Everyone's rather confused. Takara Company plows ahead, and there's a new employee in the form of Depth Charge's shark drone.
What?
Yeah, you know the little like.
Yeah.
Well, in like everything in the Japanese dub of Beast Wars, that had a personality of its own.
But it like only appeared like once or twice, right?
Yeah, but it could talk.
Oh my god, okay.
So now he's working at Takara Company. He's happy to see Depth Charge, and he's a massive fan of Transformers Armada.
Nice.
And we end with another jump forward into the year 2040. Eagle Eye, Magnificus, and the half-alive body of Skyquake are dragged to a prison where Assault Master, who was one of the major villains from the United X story, is being held. He shoots energy out, and the personality that was possessing Assault Master, which was the Decepticon High Regent Scratch, who once appeared in a panel of something years ago.
What?
Yeah, one panel. Possesses Skyquake's body, and he rises ready to rule the world, so technically Skyquake's still fucked.
That's fine. It's his body. It still counts.
Magnificus gives him a cloak. Isn't that nice? But by God, they won't be allowed to do none of that shit, because they turn around to the Cybertron Alliance heroes, Optimus and Megatron, looking very happy.
Yeah.
Because they got good to do in the world, are not going to allow this bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
And the Legends universe, the best version of Generation 1 ever conceived, draws to a close.
You know how people do like 2D animations of stuff?
Yes, I do.
Why has this not been done?
Because there is no God.
This would be a great little mini-series.
This was fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm genuinely sad that this is over.
Yeah, same. It had a really nice ending as well.
Yeah, everyone wins. Like, there's no reset button hit. They do their tie-ins. The whole story plays along. Like, I really, really like this. Like,
yeah, it's
genuinely.
nice that it's nice that it doesn't just reset to, and it just turns back into normal Transformers and the entire Legends universe is fluffed out of existence and it didn't matter.
Yeah. I'm like that's all the background characters. Jesus Christ, every Grimmaster's there. Nightbird apparently came back as well and is managing to stand upright for 5 seconds. Like, there's Nightbird and there's... Oh, Nightbird's hanging out with...
Where's Nightbird?
The shot of Megatron and Optimus shaking hands. Nightbird,
oh yeah, I just see a head, yeah.
So, like, Nightbird is hanging out with one of the Megatronia Combiner girls. The one that has her head.
Oh, right, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, even Rosanna's there.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosanna. I didn't notice you before.
And you've got, she's got her arm on Road Rage, is it?
I think so, yeah.
One of the G2 ones, the black and red motorbike.
Yeah, Rosanna, Glit, and Thunder are hanging out with Blaster and Soundwave.
Oh, man. They saved the G1 universe, Mikey.
They saved everything. Oh, man, I'm genuinely happy. I am Skybite right now.
But sad at the same time.
Yeah. But I also, why is I trying to arrest Tarantulas? We don't know.
Mad scientist?
Probably. I mean, he is wearing a lab coat.
Yeah.
And she's freaking out Rampage. I love it, Megatron's got a little picture of G1 Megatron over his desk.
Yeah, because he's the true president.
And Black Arachnia's got her weird her weird glasses.
That's
and
right.
RC stayed in the Legends world. So it looks like Nightbird went G1 and RC and Black Arachnia stayed Legends. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize. I'd never noticed this before, but does Depth Charge have a pipe?
He does. He has a little pipe in his manta ray form.
Why does Depth Charge have a pipe?
Maybe it's a thing with the voice actor. He sounded like a pipe guy. I don't know. I haven't seen Beast Wars Metal.
Yeah. I'm smiling. I am actually genuinely smiling looking at this. Anyway, I mean, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, really good. As ever, the art's great. Great job for everybody doing it. It's a bummer once again that this has come to an end and there's no like official way to own a physical copy of a translated version of all of this, chronologically done correctly.
Or a fan copy that's been done correctly, please.
Yeah. Like if it could all be laid out chronologically, all translated for us, that would be great in some kind of format. So you could read it from A to B without having to buy all the toys, or without having to scrape through a load of old forums on Transformer pages. That'd be super nice.
It's also kind of crazy how long this particular universe has gone on.
When did it start?
I'm just checking now, but like the girls and stuff, like the real crazy stuff, started coming in at the tail end of the non-gimmicky Generations line.
Right.
So let's see, Legends. But 2014.
Wow, really? Holy crap! So 5 years.
5 years of a single continuous story, largely under one creator.
That's nuts.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm genuinely shocked. Genuinely. I am genuinely surprised by how long this has been going on. I don't know, it's just... Yeah, it's weird. It's weird it's going away, and I'm not happy about it.
Are we assuming that Japan's probably not going to replace it with anything, or are we going to make the assumption that there is going to be something? I
don't know. I mean, at the moment, they're literally just importing Siege toys.
Well, that's the thing I was wondering as well, because most of these last comics have been relegated to mall exclusives. And like you said, everything else is just imported and nothing's changed on them. And I don't think they've got new packaging. I don't think they've got any kind of comics with them. So maybe they're just going to phase it out completely and just be like, yep, gotta stick to what Hasbro sends us, which would be a real bummer.
Yeah, but I'm just looking now. Currently, there are over 100 issues of this.
Wow.
Like there's 53 directly numbered ones, but there's a huge amount of X's and LGX's and LG numbered and everything else.
Is that including the web exclusive ones as well? Okay.
That's including everything. So.
Right. Wow.
So, guys, please, for the love of God, get translating.
Yeah.
And give me a version of this I can just... Yeah, and archiving. Give me a version of this I can just read.
Yep. From start to finish, that'd be ace.
Yeah. Also, I think the caption on the Legends page in TF Wiki is a bit of a dick one.
What is it?
It's like Kiss Players, but with more transphobia. I think that's a tad out of line.
Agreed.
If I'm completely honest. I think that's both insulting to the manga and to people who are of a transgender nature.
Mm-hmm.
And diminishing what it is to be transphobic, which is not a nice thing to be. Little much, guys. I know at times people were a bit thrown off by the very Japanese nature of this, but don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Whatever you're into, whatever you're not into, just don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
I'd change it, but I'd know it would be changed back.
More than likely, yeah.
So, yes, I found this to be a very charming, very innocent piece of fiction. So, and I'm very happy we got it. And I still need to get a Megatronia. I will be buying one at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to get a Baldigus as well, because he is a pretty toy, and he was fun, you know. Yeah. There's still things to grab at some point.
It's nice to know that you and I, especially, who don't buy into most of the current lines and stuff, just because we're not that into a lot of it, there's still stuff we want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know.
It's because, shockingly, what sells a lot of things for me, even if I'm not too fussed on the mold, like Megatronia. Didn't care about not Megatronia, Victorion.
Victorion, yeah.
Didn't care about it at all, really. But you give me a piece of fiction and media to back up and make a really interesting character, and I'm like, oh shit, I really would like to get her at some point. Because you've added a new character to it, and you've made the set interesting to me more than it was before.
Yep.
That's what does it. Aye. One day. Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Please do.
Sure, we got pre-orders up for Masterpiece Hound. These also included some images of what Tut Lad came with. He comes as well, images of the stuff he comes with, I should say, rather than just, because we already knew what he was coming with from last week's episode, but it was worth going over. to see what he actually have. So we found out what the hologram figure is. It was disappointing, Mikey.
Yes, it was, Andy.
It is, for those not aware, I'm sure you are, but I'll go over it anyway. It is a human-shaped, translucent blue thing to go into Hound when he's in Jeep mode.
Which I'm largely sure was never in the cartoon.
I can't recall, especially blue. Like, I'm sure whenever he did hologram stuff, it was yellow? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. That could be wrong. His hologram effect part is just a blue cone. There is, as far as I can see, there's no shot of it outside of the image of all of the accessories together. So I don't know whether it's a flat cone or whether it's a full-on spherical kind of one. But again, that's kind of dull as well. He's got his hologram gun, fine. His can, which we mentioned, his key, which can hold onto his hip.
But it doesn't come with a cage.
No, we said that last week, but it definitely doesn't. He has a normal face and a slightly screamy face. And the spike, I can't tell, but it looks like it's the same one as the one that came with Prime. Or did the one that came with Prime have a hard hat?
I think it might be the same.
Right.
I'll double check here, but I think it's the same.
Because as far as I can tell, like, it looks the same. But if I was going to hazard a guess at it being different, I would guess that the one that came with Prime had a hard hat on. That would be the only thing I could figure. There is an amusing photo of him with his material roof, where he's using it as a shield, which is, I'm sure many people have joked about this, it is the worst thing you could ever use for a shield. FYI, people, do not use material, even if leather, for shielding.
No.
It will not stop laser blasts from space guns.
No.
I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty certain on this point at the very least. So we saw him also, you can lift up the bonnet and see his arms, which is fine. We see him with Spike in the driver's seat, or the car at least. And we also saw what the Jeep was.
I don't think Spike's a new mold.
Not at all.
I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Oh no, maybe he is, because he's got like extra joints. Now I'm looking at him.
Does he? Oh yeah, he seems to. Maybe it's ball joints he has, at least in his hips.
I don't know.
His legs seem to be moving out a bit more, though he's got a real janky pose in some of these images. He is smaller than Ironhide as well, because there's a little size comparison. He comes up to, his head comes just under Ironhide's armpit, it seems. But he's still going to cost a fair bit. But if you want to pre-order him, you can do, as he is coming out soon. Remember, he's $160, so he's a spicy meatball for a character who most people are mild on.
That is the pre-purchase price.
Yes.
The actual price is listed on sites once he's out is $180.
Yeah. So obviously stores do the whole discount thing, but it is the 180, like you say, is his bog standard price, his full retail price.
And you will get him cheaper in places like Amazon,
of course,
Japan or whatever.
Yeah.
But at 120, he'd be overpriced in my opinion. Like, unless the engineering on this thing is a friggin' miracle.
Yeah. But is that also because it's Hound and we don't care about Hound? Are we being harsher on it than maybe we should be? Even
factoring in the fact that I think he comes with a bunch of accessories. Like, you're paying for a hood accessory he didn't have. Like, apparently that's inspired by the movie, something that came with one of the movie toys. Which he didn't have in the show on any level. So you made it anyway out of plastic, as a big piece of plastic that you included with the toy. Sure. Apparently everything else has appeared in a couple of we're in the Mord Meets the Eye opening. Oh. But we don't need another Spike figure. We're getting another one. I think we're getting another one with Prime. Are we? No. I think we are. The hologram thing. Okay. I'd rather have the they're including in the parts count extra side windows. Yeah. Oh no. Well, yeah, that's fair enough. They need to be in there, to be fair, just in case you break them off. Yeah, but we don't need a flip down face mask. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't mention that. We said last week, wouldn't it be fun if he came with his breather mask? We said it was stupid, and he's coming with it. So you know, this is just like him and Bumblebee are the two master. Him, Bumblebee and Optimus, but these are the ones that are making me go like, this is an overpriced line right now. It seems like it. and I'm finding it very, very, very hard to justify, especially since a lot of this price seems to be from extra accessories they're adding in specifically to charge more.
Seeming. I mean, we don't know the business model, so this is only just assumption.
True. Yeah, but it's not looking well. Like,
no, the price in general, we can objectively look at the pricing and go, do we think this is good? And for both me and you, it's a no-go. I mean, for both me and you, the Masterpiece prices were high to begin with, and now they are rocketing up higher and higher.
You know, do I think this looked like twice the toy Prowl or Sideswipe were?
How much was the CM Gaogaiga, the newer one, the good one, not the one that exploded?
Or do you mean the Solo Chigoken one?
Yes, the Solo Chigoken, sorry.
SOC Gao.
Did that go up to, that went up to like 200 or something, right?
I think it did, but I also know like Solo Chigoken, although from what I've seen, some of the Solo Chigokens were a disaster.
Yeah.
320.
Okay, so I was just trying to find a comparable kind of toy.
Yeah, but my question is, do you think that the SOC Gaogaigar looks like more of a package than the Optimus Prime? And I would say yes.
How much was the Optimus Prime? Is the Optimus Prime like 300?
The Optimus is 350 to 400.
Oh yeah, no. that new 3.0 Prime can go in a fucking bin. Again, I acknowledge I have a biases towards finding Prime to be a little bit drab at this point because he's been released so many times, and having a big throbber for Gaogaiga. So it's not an entirely unbiased opinion here, but I would agree that it seems like you get more if you went for the CM's Gaogaiga figure, for those who have an interest in that kind of thing, of course.
Yeah, if you're into this toy, no harm, no foul, but
oh yeah,
I would find it very, very, very hard to justify the price.
Yeah, difficult stuff. Mikey, I mean, you can take the last two stories because they're kind of quickie ones, I suppose.
Yeah, so Mark Watts, who was an artist on the original Generation 1 boxes, he's got a Kickstarter going on for a new product idea he has, which is table art, which is a table that has pull-up legs, basically. You can put it on your wall, and it's a nice piece of artwork. And you slide in prints, and yeah. He's doing this on Kickstarter. You can get multiple prints. You'll get regular art, like a scenery shot, and you can also get box art from the Transformers, which is very cool. We actually had an interview with him during the week.
Yes, that went up as well.
Yeah, so he's an interesting guy, very energetic. So if you're interested, check out his Kickstarter. He's got 10 days as we're talking. He's currently standing at $3,000 out of 9. So,
okay.
I like, a lot of people are interested in the art, but I am seeing some kind of iffy responses about the actual product in the fandom circles. Like, I think it's it's a good product if you have limited space and you want something for your wall. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, for the fandom specifically, they're more interested in the prints, which you can buy on his website. That's markwattstudio.com. There are prints in there. They're quite highly priced ones, but they're good quality stuff. So keep an eye on them. He's got Constructicons, mini bots, some backgrounds, a nice one of Optimus and Ravage, and such. The Kickstarter, check it out if you want. You can also go to tableartstudios.com. And yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's a cool idea. He's saying what he wants to do next is a digital version where you'll have something like this and you can just upload pictures as you want them.
Okay. So
imagine the amount of like highly illegal copies ripped off the internet of pictures you couldn't afford.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think this is an interesting project. It's worth looking at. I don't know if it's specifically one that'll kick off the Transformers crowd, but I think this is an interesting one. Also, Kickstarter is 10 years old.
Wow, really? Jesus.
Yeah. And the last stories are some convention ones. First of all, Chris Zammett, who was a visual effects artist on the Transformers live action movies, will be going to Toronto for TFCon 2019, July 12th to 14th. So I don't think they've ever had someone who's done any of the design work.
Not that I know of, anyway, no.
Yeah. So I think this is really interesting. I think this is going to be, get behind the mask a bit.
Yeah. Find out how horribly stressful it probably was to work on it.
What was it like when Michael Bay just came in and pushed over all your stuff? But also, TF Nation has announced that Cyberverse co-directors and art director will be attending the convention this summer. So, the creators from Boulder Media, which are an Ireland-based company, and basically a lot of Hasbro's production is moving to Ireland, it seems. So, in terms of the media. So, I just have me outside the window. Hire me. You don't do anything we want. Hire me.
You do paleontology stuff. They could find something for you to do.
I won a quiz once. Actually, I always win the quiz. Everyone else loses the quiz. I get them right. My teammates fail me. Every single fucking time.
That's why my plan is to never do the quiz. Then I never fail.
Yeah. But yeah, so August 16th to 18th, Boulder Media started in 2000. They got some fame for shows like Foster's Home to Imaginary Friends, El Tigre, Wander Over Yonder, and Amazing World of Gumball. They also did the Danger Mouse reboot, which I'm told is very successful. I haven't seen any of it, but I mean, can you ever top original weird Danger Mouse? Like Pinfold. So yeah, so they're working on Cyberverse, Rescue Bots. So they're going to be there. They're going to have Yud. I'm going to call you Yud Landsberg, Gene Texier, and Marco Caradonna. Good, strong Irish names. Who are the director, co-director, and art director. Actually, no, co-director and co-director. Wouldn't that be co-directors then?
Nah. Don't question.
So yeah, they're going to be there the whole weekend. Get them properly drunk. Get them to tell you secrets. Get them so drunk they'll give away plot lines. You know, usual stuff.
Yeah, yes.
Rub Nick Roach in their face. Literally. Mm-hmm. Just pick Nick up and just go, yeah. He's your neighbor. He works within traveling distance of you. But yeah, and that is the news.
No, that's us done.
That is us done, son.
Well, then I've got to ask you then, Mr. Mikey, what you been up to this week? What you done for fun?
Not a lot. It was one of those weeks.
Boo!
Not a good week. Oh, no. Not my best week.
Bummer.
Also, wait, there is a Steins Gate card game? What? No, I don't need to see that. I don't need to burn my money. Yeah, so I have had very little time for myself. I basically spent most of the week asleep. Most of my time off asleep, I should say. But there were one or two. Did manage to get a couple of things in before we started recording. So did Geo this week. You really would not believe this show was within 10 episodes of ending. I
keep seeing your tweets on it, just being like,
I'm really falling out of. Well, love is not the word. Tolerance?
Apathy. You're falling out of apathy.
Apathy. Yeah, I'm falling out of apathy because it just fails. It's starting to fail on every level.
Wow, that's impressive.
Like, the narrative is a joke. Like, it went from being, okay, I kind of get it, to... No. Like, seriously, Gates has not done anything for exactly 3.5 months.
Oh, good.
He has not had a single story beat beyond being joined up in the Trinity form.
Wow.
They're doing a Deno one, which is involving the final form. Which, the more I think about it, the less sense that final form makes. Like, they really need to explain why he's not turning into Oma Geo. Why he's Grand Geo. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Presumably I don't feel comfortable with him touching himself and things appearing.
It's a bit weird how he does it. But,
yeah.
And
you thought, like, Decade was dumb. At least he pulled the card out, put it in his belt. He didn't just, like, rub a statue on his body and go, come on now, guys.
Yeah. It's also, like, what he seems to do is open a very brief time window to very specific events. Like, the way he does it, we see Bill, Kuga, Oz, and Gaim. And Oz and Gaim, I can tell you exactly what episode they're coming from. Gaim is episode 1. Oz is from episode 3, where he's fighting the cat Yummy, and his finishing move gets blocked by a couple of columns that Kazari throws at him using wind. And when he comes through the gap, he's bringing the columns with him. Very odd. It's a very odd, very specific reference. I will say the suit looks better in physical than it does in any of the promo stuff, but I think that's more natural lighting. I don't think this episode makes good use of time travel at all. And considering it's 2 time travel shows, you kind of need to get that right. the base premise, like they do touch on like, oh look, it's the same guy. You look like the guy I knew before. I'm not him. I'm fairly strong. I am. And Zero knows. Zero knows is good in it, and they imagine are good, but the narrative structure, and they're like suddenly going like that. Oh, Sogo could turn evil again, and because of how they do it in the show, it's we're not going to talk about it for 20 episodes until someone goes, is he going to turn evil? He might turn evil. Like, it's really like this. At this stage in the show, if you're doing it right, I should be half convinced it's possible.
Yeah.
Not da. Oh, there's a reminder. It's supposed to be the bad guy.
Lame.
I don't know. I'm probably going to stick with it, but
I mean, at this point, you may as well finish it off if you've only got 10 episodes left.
And they're all going like, oh my god, he's got the ultimate power. And I'm just like, he has decades power, except it's a bit more literal.
Hmm.
And like, believe me, like, it's not that impressive a thing to be able to do. Because he keeps summoning base form guys. It's just like, yeah, they're going to help. That's something else. It hasn't added any escalation to the villains to make you feel that you need ultimate power.
Right. You just have ultimate power to sell toys, effectively.
He's fighting another rider that, like, Deno's base form could beat without much trouble.
Yeah.
And it's another Deno. But it's just like, oh, now we have the ultimate form. And he's not fighting an enemy that requires it. He's never, like... Yeah, the only enemies in the show that have been stronger than standard base form, I emphasize it, base form riders, was another Ryuga, another Blade. Another Agisho wasn't. It was just a lot of them. And Ginga. Kamen Rider Ginga. So that's 3. We're 40 episodes in.
Right.
And Andy, we still have no fucking idea about anything to do with these villains.
Oh, good. That's compelling.
Yeah, no, and they're doing the exact same stuff now they were doing. I'm like...
Odd how some of the best writer shows are ones that give a lot of focus to the villains, isn't it?
Yeah. I was just thinking like, hey, where were Oz, Gaim, Exaid, Blade, even Build? Or, hell, where was even Forze when it came to villains at this stage?
Yep.
Yeah. Even Wizard at this stage.
Oh no.
Even Ghost.
Oh dear.
Even friggin' Ghost. But like, nah, we're not going to give you villains. We're not going to give you an antagonist. Like, if the antagonist was going to be Sogo, either the Omazio version, who I'm becoming increasingly convinced isn't him, or like the idea of him becoming an antagonist. Dude, that would be good. I'd be interested to see that. I think anyone, children, whatever, would be interested to see that. That'd be interesting and neat. But they don't do that. I don't know. I'm at that stage where I'm just too far into it really to stop now. I'll just be curious if I don't.
Yeah, no, it's better to... With 10 episodes left, you may as well.
Wrap it up, forget about it, and move on.
Yeah.
Go back and watch Gaim again or something. Just go like, cleansers.
Always.
Yeah. Just like, you know what? Wizard didn't use its potential, but it had a lot of good fights.
Okay.
And good music.
Yeah.
Geo gave us a better decade and was. So there's that.
But Decade was shorter, so it was over faster.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen Dororo this week, and I'm annoyed I haven't. It was
another meanderer, it felt.
Yeah, I think it's just the nature of adapting something that old that I suspect kind of meandered to its ending. Because it only had 4 volumes, so I get the...
Did it?
I get the distinct feeling that the story got cut off prematurely. I've never looked into it, but I get that vibe.
Yeah, it felt like things were happening, but it felt like it was... the entire episode felt like it could have been done in 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, because I liked the start of the anime as a whole, but it's got to that point where it's so slow, it doesn't feel like it's doing anything, and I'm at your stage now where I'm just going to finish it, but then as soon as I finish it, I'll probably never think of it again.
The thing is, I like the individual episodes still.
I didn't like this week's because it was so slow.
I haven't seen them. But, like, in the context of what I've seen, there hasn't been a bad story.
No, it's not bad. It's just like
it's just
it feels. Yeah, the pacing's killing it. It's like a murderous turtle coming towards you. At some point, you just want it to get it over with and kill you.
Kill me, turtle. I did watch Blade of Demon Destruction.
Oh yes. Is it still going good?
Like Jesus, that is a freaking beautiful show. The music's great, the action scenes, and there's a lot of creativity, but just the visual style, this wonderful blending of traditional animation and good use of computer graphics and computer technology.
But
like, it is something else. I'm not really sure there's a but at this stage. The only but I'd have is that I'm beginning to think the story is going to run out of steam and become very shonen sooner than I'd like.
Oh dear.
But if it's like if it's just like another few episodes and it's just like, hey, watch this incredible fight scene, I'll probably struggle on, because my god, is it beautiful. Like, I think the story's going to run out of steam because I can see the cracks beginning to appear. Like, it's still very original in how it's doing some things, but I can see, like, and this is where it got popular, and the writer realized he'd have to drag it out for another 200 chapters. You know, that it's got that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
where you had a concise story, and I was just like, oh, I know where this is going. But and also, like, it is friggin' brutal. Like, this is some proper, like, this would probably be censored over here kind of violence in it.
Okay.
There is a very, very family unfriendly death in this. It is not a happy death. Didn't see any of the other shows or anything like that. Just like I said, I basically slept through the weekend. But I did, of course made time on the day it came out for Giant Chicken.
Yeah, bitch!
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
That was a nice, and now we're not hitting a reset button, but we're telling the characters they can relax a bit.
Though I feel that this would be the first episode of a season 2.
Or the last episode of season 1.
Oh no, I think the previous week's episode felt like the end of a season because it felt more like a conclusion, and then this would be the one that you kick it off with because you've got it's that slow like reintroduction into everything, and like you say, it's everyone's relaxed, and then you have the introduction of whoever the 2 new characters are.
Yeah, who are in the credits and have 4 episodes to do something.
That's weird. It feels really weird how they designed the season. Seemingly.
There's a weird breakup in this, but the writing I can't fault.
No, so, still good.
This is fun, Raftalia, and it's been ages since we had the girls have a fight.
Yes.
Yeah, which was just, and they're literally dragging him, and then there's the undercurrent of he still kind of wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
And
that'll change.
Obviously,
he'll learn of Giant Chicken. He'll learn of good Raccoon Girl.
Melty, I like Melty in this as well because she didn't do the like, oh, you're all abandoning me thing, which she kind of did last episode.
Yep,
she was just
that's
like,
true.
Yep, gonna get on, gonna be a queen, gonna be awesome, gonna ride another giant chicken.
She still wanted to do it though. She still wanted to go off with him, but she's like, shit, I gotta do work.
I liked how her mum just like who's been this like, oh yes, heard of Ultimate Chicken and just had a complete and utter breakdown.
Yes, it was great. I really liked that.
She was just like, I'm gonna ride the chicken. Ride the chicken. Oh, hi, you're still here. I'm a queen, you know. But it's nice. It's like, you can kind of see why Melty's as loyal to her as she is.
Yeah.
Because outside of being the queen, she seems to be like a fun person.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell they're family.
Yeah. Her sister was, what are we calling her these days? Bitch?
Bitch a slut.
Yeah, that's weird. The thing is, starts saying her name and then goes, bitch.
Apparently, in the anime, that's how she was. Sorry, in the manga, and I think even in the light novels, that's how Naofumi always referred to her.
Ah, right. So it was like, I get it. Yeah, she did not learn a lesson.
No,
she did not learn. She learned nothing.
No.
But yeah, and then there's a fight which breaks out, which I think it's the first time we've seen other party members.
I think so.
Yeah, because it was just like, you're a coon. And she's like, don't care, and your boyfriend's a dick. And it was just like, nope, murder you.
Get fucked.
Yeah. But no, it's fun. Also, the bloody, the other heroes, Andy.
They just don't get it.
It's not
They
a video
still
game,
don't get it.
guys.
Yeah.
It's not arguing about who's got the better tactics.
Yeah. Let me tell you how to farm the best gear. It's like, oh my god. You guys are a bunch of cocks.
Just like, where'd you get that cheat shield? A response, I'm just better than you.
Yeah.
I've been through shit because something hit me when it was just like, they figured out all the like late game stuff you can access early on.
Well, they already knew it because in their worlds they had games like this, so it's just like, oh, you didn't know.
But what that meant was is that they never actually got good at stuff. They didn't grind.
No.
They got easy level ups to a certain point, and then
yeah, that's a good point actually.
And now for me, never learned the trick, so he basically was out and what was it from South Park? He went out into the woods and killed boars.
Oh God, I remember that episode.
Yeah. Live to win. But yeah, so he did the hard grind, which means that he doesn't have a lot of the fancy stuff, but it also means he's way fucking scarier than you are.
Yeah.
No, it's a good episode. Good show. Hopefully we do feel like a season ending. And it doesn't just go like, and cut, please, for the love of God, renew us. That
was a worry. My one, not issue, but the thing is, he, how everyone got the class ups. He didn't get a class up, which he needed, as far as I was aware. Unless I missed something.
I'm trying to remember. Was he able to get one? Or
I thought he was. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, those two could, definitely. But I assumed he could as well. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Either way. Aye. I liked it. It's good. Yeah, I'm worried it's just going to, like you say, stop on a dime. But hopefully it'll be a good, satisfying end and then not too long of a wait until the next season. But it will be. It'll be like another year before season 2 of Giant Chicken comes out, if not longer.
But yeah, that was my week.
Oh, okay, good. So it was okay.
Yeah, well, that was okay.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of it in bed, to be honest.
Woo!
Andy, what about you?
It's been very lax as well for the most part. Extra editing when you did the interview with Mark. I then had to edit that and get that up quickly, so that was something. Excuse me. I've finished rewatching season 1 of Code Geass. I still really like that show. I still think I haven't started season 2 yet, but I remember season 1 being just better overall than season 2. Apart from season 2 has an okay intro, a kind of meandering middle, and then a really good end, from what I recall. But all of season 1 it's just good. I still like that, and I still really like the mech designs in that show, especially from season 1. Again, in season 2, they go a little bit too crazy. I think. They get a little bit too overpowered, and I like more of the bog standard troop designs, like the Sutherlands and the Glasgows and stuff like that. I think they're neat. So that's been fun to go back through that. I've also started watching an AMC miniseries called The Terror, which is it's a series based off the book of the same name, which chronicles the book. Obviously, is a dramatized version of the real life adventures. Or adventure, I should say, of 2 ships that go into the Antarctic to try and find the passage when we were trying to get a trading thing done between us and India, and it was like a shortcut. And it's about how the 2 ships got stuck, and in real life they got stuck, and I think they went missing completely. And the book and the miniseries is kind of the what happened and then spooky stuff as well. It seems to be okay. It's in the tone of The Witch, so it's not like your big jumpy scary boo kind of horror. It's that kind of real slow kind of building kind of tension horror, which is nice. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's amazing or anything like that, but I'm 4 episodes in out of 10, and I'm like, yeah, this is okay. It's also used quite a few of the B to D, maybe C to E list guys from Game of Thrones are in the cast. Like, do you remember the guy that played Mance Rayder?
Oh God, yeah. Sorry, that's just hit. I was going Mance Rayder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been in the show. Who else? The guy who He was in the last episode. He was like, "Oh, I'll be king," as I knock my sword against the fence post.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, he was in the show earlier as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, who was he?
I
was asking this at the time. I'm going like, who are you?
He was Rob's uncle. He was the guy who, at one point, he said like this. Well, it wasn't shown, but he decided to chase after the mountain to capture a farm. And Rob was like, I was hoping to lure the mountain out so we could surround him and kill him. He fucked it up. And he married, at the Red Wedding, he married one of Walder Frey's daughters, but lived, obviously, past the wedding, while everybody else died. I know you won't remember that, but it's unlikely.
Why was he in the episode? Why was he important enough to be part of a finale scene about deciding the future of the world?
Probably because he was one of the few people left alive in the North. And it's because I think he was a Tully, and the Tullys are an important household, and he was like one of the last of the Tullys. I'd a guess. Speaking of the Tullys, the Blackfish Tully, I can't remember his proper name, but Blackfish Tully was also... Him. Yeah, he was cool. He was Kat's uncle, I think.
Yeah.
He's been in a few episodes again as a minor character. I'm like, oh, look at all these like minor guys. I'm guessing... oh no, because it was HBO that did Game of Thrones, wasn't it?
Yes, which everyone apparently cancelled their membership, and then Chernobyl came on, and everyone said like, oh, you should totally watch it. And I'm just like, everyone's just saying it's very well done depression, so no thank you. I'm
tempted to watch it, but I don't know. Like, is it just a telling of Chernobyl?
Apparently, it's like a character study and stuff like that. I just find it kind of crass.
Okay.
If I'm completely honest.
I thought there was something more to it than it just being about Chernobyl. I thought it was like
Chernobyl isn't something I do a TV drama on, like, because it was Chernobyl.
And it seems recent still, fairly recent.
Yeah, I don't usually make the joke too soon, because I usually make the joke about it not being... there's no such thing as too soon. But...
I don't know. I can't say because I haven't seen it, so...
People are... Oh my god.
What?
Tourists rushing to Chernobyl nuclear site following the success of the show.
Well, alright.
You could still die there, guys.
It's fine.
You can still die.
It's fine.
It's not good. Like, also, nature really came back there. Stop ruining it for them.
Yeah. Oh, that was speaking of nature and radiation. I saw Godzilla this week.
Ah, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I saw Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I thought it was okay. In all honesty, I thought it was fine.
Fine.
I can see why people complained or had issues with it, because I definitely felt whenever we cut back to the humans didn't have anything interesting going on. And I did like, the best part was when the monsters were fighting. The reason why I like Final Wars as much as I do is, yes, there is like comparatively. I assume that the amount of monster fights is around the same amount between the two films. The reason, or less maybe, I don't know.
I know there's 9 minutes of Godzilla footage in Final Wars.
Okay, but that's not including sometimes in Final Wars when the humans fight the monsters themselves.
All I know is the Godzilla footage. I think the actual monsters have a little bit more, but I think it's under 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no reason not to believe that. But the reason why I liked Final Wars as much as I did was because whenever we switched back to the humans, they were doing something ridiculous and stupid that was highly entertaining and highly insane. And the problem with King of the Monsters, or this 2019 King of the Monsters, is when we cut back to the humans, they were doing something, in my opinion, very boring. Like they were usually dispensing really dull exposition, or something in that nature, and it just didn't really capture me that way. Also, my biggest issue with the movie is, I won't go into too much detail, but radiation, Mikey.
Yeah.
Every one of the cast in that movie is dead. They died, or they die late after the movie's finished. They die of cancer. because like the amount of times they talk about the huge amount of radiation that the creatures and Godzilla specifically are putting out.
Yeah, but it's good radiation.
That doesn't make sense. It's radiation.
No,
it's
Andy. It's proved in the film. It's good radiation.
Mikey, we're not talking about Yakult here. It's not good bacteria versus bad bacteria. Radiation's radiation, yo. Jesus. Like, I won't go into too much detail, but there's a specific point where a gentleman goes into an underwater cavern, and they specifically said how high the radiation was, and how it was, like, they sent in, like, little drones, and the drones were burning out because of the radiation. He goes in there, and it's kind of a one-way mission. Right. He takes off the suit, and I'm like, oh my god, you're going to melt. You're melting. Your skin is going to... Well, not only that, they also talked about the temperature. And that entire scene there, I was like, this is the most horrific way that someone could probably die. I like, in my opinion, he would have been happy the nuke went off. Because it would have been quicker. But they made that...
They put a special mixture in the suit.
It was that the excuse?
I don't know. That's one of the moments I was just like, yeah. To be fair, I was also kind of questioning, as someone who really liked that film, I was also kind of questioning, so is no one going to ask the question of how all this crap got here?
Yeah, I also wondered about that.
Because I don't, that's, what?
How low was the sea level?
Not that low.
Also, wasn't that in one of the underwater tunnels, that apparently the Hollow Earth thing, so it would have always been underwater?
Yeah. But some of Hollow Earth's dry, I think.
Is it? Okay.
I think so, because the skull crawlers live in Hollow Earth.
Right.
And they come up through vents, like dry vents.
Okay. So. Even so, that yeah. There's some real dumb stuff in there, and some stuff to make it less horrific. As my brain was just like, no, that's awful. Oh dear, these poor people are so painfully dead. I really liked the fights. I didn't like Mothra's design. She was neither cute nor fluffy. Worse Mothra.
I don't know, I'm not a fan of the original Mothra, who looks like they put her together and then all her bits started falling off.
I like the one that looks like it's just made of clouds. And it looks like the new sheep Pokemon, but with wings. That's my Mothra, the one that you hug and you go, oh my god, you're so cute and fluffy, I love you. And then you go, oh no, it's on fire, run away from it.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it was true to Mothra.
It was. I liked that. I was happy to see that, because that's how it should be. I also said this to Jason, and he said it to me, and apparently it seems like this is not like a new thought, but I like the fact that Rodan is basically Starscream.
Yeah.
He's 100% played as Starscream. I was like, that's neat. That's cool. No, it's enjoyable. It just didn't hit me as a oh shit, this was amazing kind of thing. I think just because there was so much of the human kind of blandness to it, it didn't wow me as much as I wanted it. And I'll never, like, design wise for monsters, I don't think I'll ever like the American designs, but I did like Ghidorah's design a lot. I thought Ghidorah was on the head really good. Everything else I was like, that wasn't bad actually.
I'd say Rodan and Ghidorah are, like, I like the American Godzilla design, but I think Ghidorah is the best Ghidorah design we've had. I've never been, like, especially the way they do his face sometimes never works for me. Yeah,
it's always a bit, I don't know, it's just something off about it, but they captured it really nicely here, or really well in this movie. And they didn't make Rodan look like a stupid chicken.
No, although apparently they were thinking about doing that at one point.
I think they went the right direction here to make him a giant fire pterodactyl.
Yeah,
I thought that was very neat. I don't know why so many planes decided to fly so close to him, though.
You know what? I don't know. Like, we need to draw him away from the town. Why don't you go to the other side of the volcano and then draw him away? Because it's in the trailer.
I never even thought of that, to be fair.
He's flying over to town, and, like, because Rodan's superpower is that he flies so, like, he can basically tear the world up with just the force of his wings. Like, he's flying over town, he's leveling the town that they're trying to save.
Yeah.
And I was just, why didn't you just shoot him from the other side of the volcano where there are no innocent bystanders?
Because
you're murdering everyone.
Because at that point, it seems like he was the army was super incompetent, because they don't even know he was going to fly away from the mountain.
Just like, he'll walk away. It's fine.
Yeah, he might have just like trundled down to the village and started picking them out slowly, but no, he just wipes the entire town out super quick. I never even considered it.
More people.
Probably, yeah.
I think he'd kill more people than Ghidorah, but I think Ghidorah wins the murder scale somehow. Like, because Washington is gone.
Oh yeah, it was underwater or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, he flooded an entire city.
They did some really good effects with Ghidorah and lightning. Like the way that they did a lot of shots was fantastic.
Yeah, like I think the visuals, like it's one thing I like about the 2014 one is there's some very good awareness of shots.
Yeah,
but the shots feel more staged there in a way. Whereas these felt a bit more organic. Like the shot of him in the clouds with the lightning as he's coming close to the ship. I thought that was superb. Yeah,
definitely, with the lightning giving the lighting and then like shading different parts of his body made him look super sinister. It was really well done. But I hear it didn't do well. It's only just made profit, right?
It's at 300 million now, so it's over its budget by 100.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, but which means that it'll probably top 400 or 500 in its total.
Yeah.
Which is a little lower than 2014, but considering how bad the reviews were and how many people are... Like, the audience rating is still sky high for this. People are loving it.
That's good. See, I keep hearing mixed things because I saw my friend Matt this week and he said, like, one of the first things, like, he wasn't too keen on it. And one of the things he said was, they've gone too far with Godzilla. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he meant scale-wise, he felt like the size was too big.
He's not that much bigger than Heisei.
To be fair,
he's 118 meters?
To be fair, my friend Matt has only seen that one, the 2014 one, and the 98 one, so he's only seen the American stuff. So he's very, like, super casual, kind of, maybe, he's a normie, effectively, for it.
I think he's bigger than, like, 98 is actually quite big, which is weird when you think back at it, because he doesn't look it.
No, he doesn't look it at all.
Because he's 70 meters, so the two average heights for Godzilla's are 50 meters and 100. So when 98 came out, he was actually sort of like in a good middle ground for size.
Maybe the reason he felt that is just because of the amount of human perspective shots.
Yes, that's probably because that's something you very rarely get. Like you with traditional
Godzilla
much in
movies, the 98 one.
No. 2014 does quite a few, but 2014 does them in the case of just like you have to have a human waving wildly in every shot because it has to look like it's someone's eyes.
Yeah.
Whereas this one was usually it was always third person, but it was trying to give you the sense that these things are massive. But I had a laugh during the week actually. Because I saw someone who loved this movie, was not a Godzilla fan, but loved this movie, and they were going like, I'm going to go watch Godzilla. First one they try is Final Wars, and they said they got 20 minutes into it and turned it off.
Fuck you!
I was just like, do you not know what joy is?
What did they say specifically what they didn't like about it?
Too weird.
Oh dear.
So they went to watch...
I mean, they're not wrong. It is very weird.
Yeah, but then they said, like, oh, I'm going to go watch something normal, like the 90s versus Mechagodzilla 2 one, which introduces Baby Godzilla, the Psychic Lady, the worst Mechagodzilla design, Fire Rodan merging with Godzilla, a la something, and... Did I mention the Psychic Lady? Just like... That's not like it's a Godzilla film. There's no such thing as normal. But at least I didn't go like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Biollante. Hey, here's a monster that's part Rose, part Godzilla, part something else, and part the soul of a little girl trapped in a flower.
Is that what it was?
That's what Biollante is.
Weird, because that design was really cool for that monster.
Oh yeah, Biolante's great, but Biolante's story is nuts. The film was written by a dentist. I'm not kidding.
Well, all right. Weird.
It's a weird film. It's a very, very weird film.
Yeah.
Which I should recommend to people, just for a laugh. But it was the second Heisei. But yeah, I told them they should go watch the Kiryu movies because they're relatively normal.
See, I'm thinking at some point, I need to ask you what it's called. At some point, watching the one with Desus Troya. Desus Troya!
Well, Andy, it's called versus Destroyer.
Is that it? Okay, fair enough. Is that a good one? Because that looked interesting.
It's interesting. It's it's got some continuity. It's like the tail end of Heisei has a fair bit of intermovie continuity.
Right, to the point where it would be annoying not to know it.
Not really. There's just going to be references to stuff that you're going to be like, okay. But it's a pretty dark movie. The ending visuals are, for the time especially, so good. I love some of the last shots. The story is a dick, so that's good. Also, there's this weird thing with Miku, who's the psychic girl, and how, like, I saw a meme of this, just like, do you ever not think about Godzilla? And she just looks at people and just like, people don't think about Godzilla.
So that's you, right?
Yeah. she's a weird character. She's a weird character.
Okay.
She's also the most recurring human character in a Godzilla film.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But no, the story is worth a watch. Some people would say watch Space Godzilla. I would say don't.
Okay.
Space Godzilla.
He has crystals on him.
He has crystals, and then there's Little Godzilla, who is the worst version of Baby Godzilla. That's not Minya.
That's fascinating because I imagine all Little Godzillas are shit.
No, like the first one looked like a little monster thing, which is fine. Godzilla Jr. is kind of a half-grown Godzilla, which is fine. But in the middle, he's a chibi little tubby thing.
Yeah.
That's the size of a skyscraper. And who goes and blows out little smoke rings, and his eyes turn red when he's scared.
Oh,
and
no.
he's always scared.
Oh.
Because the first thing Space Godzilla does when he shows up on Earth is attack a small baby. And he basically just comes down, lands on an island, and goes like, "I'll fuck that up."
Does Space Godzilla do that gif of Rafiki picking up Simba and throwing him off the mountain?
Kind of, yeah.
Just with Baby Godzilla, because that'd be great.
But like the whole plot of the movie is saving Baby Godzilla from Space Godzilla. Like, I'm not kidding.
So Space Godzilla's menacing a child for some reason.
Yes, and like humans and Godzilla must work together because by God there'll be no child abuse in this film.
So if Space Godzilla killed Baby Godzilla, is there a potential that he would have just left Earth?
I don't know because it feels like it's. I think the idea that he's baiting Godzilla in because he wants to be the best Godzilla. So he's like, "I've kidnapped your child. What will you do now?"
Oh, he's doing a Raditz. Okay.
Yeah. Except at no point does Baby Godzilla do anything useful. Which, by the way, is the only time Gohan was useful.
Yeah. Well, no, he beat Cell.
Anyone could. Like, Goku could have beaten Cell if he hadn't been such a dickhead about it.
I mean, that is true.
Like,
that's true.
Let's never forget that.
Yeah.
In fact, if Gohan hadn't existed, that fight would have been over sooner.
Probably.
Just saying.
Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, Mikey, do you have anything else you want to throw out?
Got a package on the way from foreign land, so that'll be here in the next week or so.
Fun, hopefully. Funsies.
Fun, hopefully.
We do have a message from Tentomon4. So let us begin reading his statement.
I bet he likes Little Godzilla.
No one with taste likes Little Godzilla.
I mean, what am I implying here?
Oh, damn, son! All right, here's the message. And now it's time. And now the time has finally come for me to revive who the current king of the furries is. Drumroll, please. It's Nick Wilde from Zootopia. Kind of obvious in hindsight, right? I would have said Roger Rabbit.
Is it because he's a fox?
Oh, but he's not.
Foxes have.
He's not silver though.
No, but I know that foxes have a thing in the furry community because I used to have a roommate who was a quite prominent, loud furry who used to tell me about how foxes were kind of a thing because they were seen as like. Okay, this is not me dramatically sexualizing an entire sub-community, even though from my experience it's one that dramatically sexualizes things. But he said he liked foxes because, quote, they were easy, unquote.
What?
We weren't close. I'm emphasizing this.
Was it one of those things where you weren't close specifically after that conversation?
Well, yeah, apparently there's a furry stereotype about foxes being easy acquirements, shall we say.
Huh.
And I feel that's negative toward foxes. But
yeah.
I don't know, like, I couldn't see Nick being a king of anything. He was too much of a bum. Like, I love Zootopia. It's a great movie, but genuinely is. But He was a bum. I'm surprised he got into the cops.
Boom. Yeah. Well, yeah.
He was a cool bum. I liked him, but he wouldn't be king. It's I think if you're going to pick someone from Zootopia, it's the bloody little Desmond. That's the mob boss with the polar bears. Like,
it's been a while since I've seen that, so I'll just have to roll with you here.
The little mouse thing that he's running the mob.
I'm still gonna say Roger Rabbit. Like, he had to have something. He had Jessica Rabbit, so
I was going to say maybe Jessica. I mean, Jessica. No,
Jessica's a human.
Kind of.
Well, for the cartoon world that she came from, yeah.
I don't know who. Do I know anyone of no? Tom?
Belong.
Tom and Jerry?
Oh. Tom from Tom and Jerry is the fucking king of the furries.
He has a battle cry, Andy.
He does. Yeah! Oh, jeez. There are so many different iterations of Tom as well.
True.
So I'm thinking of the really, like, thin, angry one. I can't remember the different eras of Tom and Jerry, though, to be honest.
I'm suddenly thinking Tom and Jerry Kids. When he had when he had the little beanie hat.
Oh, jeez. That's one thing I don't miss about the 90s. Everything getting a kids version.
Scooby-Doo Kids. Remember Scooby-Doo Kids?
Yeah, it was specifically when Hanna-Barbera had no fucking idea what to do.
Otherwise known as a lot of Hanna-Barbera's run in the latter half.
Yeah, once they got past that, let's just do Scooby-Doo over and over again. They went, what do we do? Make them kids and do the same show? Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say they didn't do that, but they did. They did Flintstone Kids.
Yeah, they did Flintstone Kids.
Mm.
Yeah, it was, oh boy. The thing goes on. That movie hit the fandom like a mutagen nuke from the end of the 2012 Turtle series.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, wowzers.
I bet those went off in the furry fandom.
Probably.
Mm.
But this raises the question of why foxes are so fucking popular. Well, you've already covered that, Mikey.
Did I?
That's okay.
I don't know.
Well, you said they're the most sexualized, so.
Yeah, but when I was going like Turtles fandom furries, it was like Alapex, the fox. I know for a fact she exploded.
Okay.
Because again, I didn't choose my roommates.
That's just how it happened.
Yeah.
Even Mikey caught on to this with that Druid Chaser joke weeks back. Does that ring a bell, Mikey?
I'll be completely honest, no, but nothing after 5 minutes rings a bell.
Yep. You've become like me. And Mikey, is this Godzilla anime better than the Netflix one?
Oh, is he sharing the one from the 90s, which was like the preschool Godzilla show?
Well,
it's the only other Godzilla anime.
It's 3 seconds in, and it's brought up a Gakken video, and it sounds super childish. Oh yes, yeah. It's like when Mothra has like proper arms, and Godzilla's in I like the super deformed kind of version.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just kind of a bit Shin-chan-y, in all honesty.
Yes, that was the anime I was thinking of. It looks very Shin-chan, like with the most basic ass animation to it.
Random thing though, Tentomon, if you're gonna go down the furry road, as you seem to have less gone down and more blocked off and are redirecting traffic away from. There is, and I found this out during the week, there is a Godzilla Anthology manga, which has got a lot of different writers and horror guys and sci-fi guys in there. And they do quite a long Godzilla furry story. Which is basically kind of medieval Godzilla saves the world from space people, who are humans and they're bad guys. And Biolante's a dick.
Wow.
Like a humanized Godzilla done in like a 90s manga style is a bizarre thing to see.
Yeah. Like,
because he's very tubby. But he's like, my god, you're some sort of super warrior. And it's just like, he doesn't look like he's going to be doing super warrior stuff.
It continues, more educational at least, referring to that anime you're talking about. I will also acquiesce on the dragon titties, seeing as you're an expert. But not on the Dragonborn ones.
Hang on, whoa. Dragons aren't real. I'm an expert in paleontological dinosaurs, sir.
Yeah, dragons.
Which also get included in that particular brand of breastage. Why is this the conversation of late, Andy? Why do people...
Because
why?
Tentomon's the only one sending us questions.
Other people do it. They're just like staring into middle distance going like, do we have to ask about boobs?
No, you don't have to.
You can ask us anything.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, ask us what the weather's like. I don't care, but... I don't know. It's just like, between this and Nicey, just like, my life doesn't revolve around tits.
It does when it comes to Sunday, Mikey. What a sad thing to say.
That is not something a straight man says too often.
No, specific day of the week. As the origin is that they are an artificially created slave species made by an evil dragon empire from a different dimension that ended up in the Forgotten Realms after some magical apocalypse. It's also why they're called Dragonborn. They were born from them.
Do they go around saying Foruda or whatever it is?
Fusroda. Good try, though.
Fusroda.
Or that is at least what some dude on YouTube said. Lastly, I do remember that toy webcomic with the kaiju girls got me started down the path of bug love. That ended with two-parter of Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes.
I've actually got my face in my hands right now. I'm actually going into a ball.
You know the one. Good times. Stay cool. I wouldn't say me and Mikey could ever be described as being cool.
I don't know.
No, I guarantee. I guarantee
our credits
neither
have gone down with each episode.
No, I guarantee is that no point in my life, at the very least, and I know I've lived it, I would ever be called cool.
I apparently look very nice in sunglasses.
Okay.
So, because I was at a wedding once, we found some sunglasses. I spent the day put them on, basically, because I was an usher, and I said, I'm going to look like a security guard because it's going to keep me entertained while I'm standing there. And I freaked out the bride, who just kept on going like, you look so good. You look so good.
You can't marry me, bitch.
You're getting married to that lady over there. She's yours. I am not for you. This isn't for you.
This ain't on the menu, man. This ain't here for you. This is for me.
Me for me.
Oh no, is that when you pull out a mirror and look at yourself?
Just tilting.
Ooh.
Constantly looking over the edge.
I'm such a sexy bitch.
My God. I mean, I could marry myself. But it's my day. You shut up. Give me the dress. I'm getting married. That handsome bastard over there.
Well, I think with Mikey's developing relationship with himself, it's the perfect place to end the website, the podcast for this week.
No, I think ending the podcast and website and everything is a good idea. Right?
Put a gun to its head, blow his brains out.
What a lovely sunset.
Good times. Mikey, where can people find you on the internet?
Hiding, usually. You can find me on Twitter as Irish Palo, on YouTube as GWolfie3. You can contact us if you got any feedback, preferably that doesn't involve tits, at themoonbase2@gmail.com. You can also leave us feedback on our Facebook, on our Twitter. If you're on Patreon, we'll take feedback there. If you haven't listened, please check out the interview with Mark Watts. I think it's a very rare opportunity to get to talk to someone on this side of things. I got an idea of how box art is actually achieved. Also, the guy's gone kind of like from Transformers to actual Hollywood in terms of the people he's interacting with. So it's just like, you can't say he didn't go places. Just like he started name dropping people and some of it. I'm just like, holy crap. But yeah, so check that out and check out Table Art while you're at it. Might as well. Andy, what about you?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums, on Twitter and iTunes, on Facebook, or on Libsyn. Also, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can head over to patreon.com/Moonbase2, and if you do $2 each month, you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletran 2, also a week early, and you also get Moonbase Woo Woo, which is where we talk about non-transformery things in more detail than, believe it or not, we do here. Yeah, that's only because there's not much to talk about Transformer-wise. That's, it's the dry season, as they call it.
Yeah, we all know how this goes. We've all heard WTF. And by the way, my God, sad news this week.
I know, boo, Seth.
Boo, Seth.
Boo.
Boo earns.
I said boo, Seth.
We we wish him well.
Yes.
And we we don't wish him well as a person because he's a monster, but we wish him well in his life.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And you can head over to the ccbunker.weebly.com to find this stuff, and if we're on any other podcasts and whatnot. So that'll do us for this week.
Actually, during the
Oh, will you now? What are you doing,
yes,
Mikey?
I'm not telling you.